As Putin's atrocities continue in Ukraine, he falsely blames the West and Europe for the war.
The whole planet is now paying for the West's ambitions and the West's attempts to maintain its elusive dominance.
Yet his own adult daughters, sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury, both have reportedly owned property in the West, including this seaside mansion on the French coastal town of Biarritz.
It's hypocritical to deride the West and their liberal values and then still rely on the West and their liberal values.
That hypocrisy, criticizing the West while family members live in the West, is shared by Putin's inner circle. Kremlin Press Secretary Dmitry Peskov's unofficial role is Vladimir Putin's chief liar.
Russian military are not hitting civil aims, civil targets.
He spent his life in government jobs, official salary about $173,000 in 2020, yet has been spotted wearing a $600,000 watch, according to an anti-corruption group. His socialite daughter, Lisa, went to a boarding school in France, interned at Louis Vuitton, and posted pictures of an enviable life in Paris filled with fashion and glamour.
I consider myself a person of the world. I was born in Turkey, lived in France, studied in Russia and France. That is, I don't have any favorite country. I love each place in its own way.
So how does a family live like this on a Russian government salary? Lisa Peskova once wrote a tongue-in-cheek post saying she's the daughter of the main billionaire and thief of the country. The U.S. Treasury all but used the same language when they sanctioned her and other family members, saying they live luxurious lifestyles that are incongruous with Peskov's civil servant salary and are likely built on the ill-gotten wealth of Peskov's connection to Putin. Peskova called the sanctions a witch hunt on Telegram, saying accusing family for enabling war is madness, and she's proud to be Russian. Jody Vittori, Georgetown University professor specializing in illicit state financing, says it boils down to Russia's current governmental system, kleptocracy.
A kleptocracy is merely a government that is ruled by thieves, and where the policies and decisions made are on behalf of those thieves.
It's a similar story with Russia's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov. Officially makes $142,000 a year, but the 27-year-old who's been described as Lavrov's stepdaughter by the British government has been living a lavish lifestyle. Her name is Polina Kovaleva. The Anti-Corruption Foundation says she attended a British boarding school. Like Peskov's daughter, she's left a social media trail of exotic trips, filthy rich adventures, and high style across Europe and beyond. And she reportedly owns a £4 million property in London, according to the UK, where she's been sanctioned for benefiting from association of those responsible for Russian aggression. Though the accounting is almost impossible to trace, Russian anti-corruption investigator Maria Pevcha is convinced the apartments, the mansions, lifestyles are the real salaries being paid to Putin's allies.
The system works in a way that in order to keep those people who are willing to be the face of Putin's regime, like the ministers, they need to be incentivized. Their salary is not enough.
Georgetown's Jody Vittori says the people in Putin's inner circle know it could all vanish in an instant.
He can turn on any of his regime at any time he so chooses. Your assets can be frozen, you can go to jail, your family can go to jail, you could find yourself chased out. So moving as much as you can out of the country also just makes sense.